Good morning. It is Friday morning, and I just heard on the radio, by the way, that it is Barbra Streisand's 78th birthday today. Who knew? Happy birthday, Barbra Streisand. Rabbi David was talking earlier this week, the observance of Earth Day, and I think it was that night that my son Ben and I went out in the backyard. He said, "Hey, you want to build a fire?" I said, "Sure." So we went outside, and rain was predicted. In fact, thunderstorms. And it was raining. It started to drizzle as we were going out. I said, "Oh, man, I guess we're going to have to put this off for another day." He said, No, we won't. Let's try." So I have little faith, said, "Okay, but I don't know." Anyway, we went out, and 10 minutes later, he produced this roaring fire. In the fire pit, which he built. He put in the cement last year, built the pit, and he got these logs. They're all symmetrical. The seats are 6 different logs. He'd found someone had to take out a tree down the street last year, and he divided the logs into pieces, and we had seats around. It was great. By the way, he learned to build that fire, a little plug. He learned to build a fire at Camp Havaya, where he and my daughter attended for many years, our Reconstructionist camp in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania. Think about it seriously. I also spend time there every summer. For many, many years I've done it. Great place. Anyway, he learned it there. We were sitting around the fire, and then we got marshmallows out. We were talking, and then we got chicken wings. We started to cook a whole bunch of things, and it was fun. And just thinking how we've all gone back to those simple things. You know, it used to be at the beginning of the pandemic, you couldn't find toilet paper on the shelves. Now you can find toilet paper, but you can't find yeast. Why? Because everyone's baking bread and doing things at home and going back to simple things. And I sort of thought about Earth Day and thought about the Shemitah and the Torah, how we're commanded every 7 years to let our crops on our land just lie and not farm it. And in that year, anyone, even people who don't own the land, can come and eat from those crops, and the animals can eat, and it feeds everyone in that way. And Shemitah means release, and so maybe the earth is released from working. It has the Shabbat every 7 years. Although there were arrangements made, there were loopholes made because it was such it's a shock not to be able to earn your livelihood all of a sudden, right? On that 7th year, just as we are in now, right? Everything stops all of a sudden. It's a shock. And a loophole was made so that the Jews could sell their land for a year, to sell their land to a non-Jew, and that way farming could continue. It sort of defeats the purpose. And scholars debate whether or not that practice was actually in effect, but it's mentioned several times in the Torah. Maybe it was aspirational. Whatever it is, we've come to a standstill today, and the earth has gotten a rest, and we even know that even in the short time that we've been in quarantine, the air is cleaner. In some parts of the world, water is getting a little bit cleaner, just by letting it have a rest. And not polluting it, and not being so busy. So I thought about this song. I was talking about sitting around the fire, and talking about Camp Havaya, and a song that we sing there. It was made popular by Harry Belafonte, and it's a folk song about how we come from the elements, these basic things, fire and water and the mountains, and it's there that we find our spirit. And in finding our spirit, we can turn the world around. It's called Turn the World Around. We are from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We are from the fire, go back to the fire, turn the world around. Oh, so is life, so is life. Oh, so is life, so is life. We are from the mountains, living in the mountains. Go back to the mountains, turn the world around. We are from the mountains, go back to the mountains, turn the world around. Oh, so is the life of a Badewa. So is the life. Oh, so is the life of a Badewa. So is life. Shabbat shalom.